Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm in a different background. I'm in my kitchen and I am going to be showing you 15 meal ideas for this quarantine, I don't really know how to pronounce that word. If you're stuck at home, cooking is probably going to turn into one of your favorite hobbies. And so today I just wanted to give you 15 ideas of stuff that you can make at home. I also was careful enough to include ingredients that you probably already have because I know that going out of the house to the supermarket and everything is not something that you also want to do. So frozen stuff, canned stuff. And I'm also not gonna talk through the recipes or show me doing the recipes because first of all that would have to mean that I was cooking 15 meals for this video, which would either take a whole month to film or would be a waste of meals. And I also don't really follow recipes, so I'm not gonna tell you my recipe. I'm just gonna give you the basic stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, look at this as a Pinterest board. Also keep in mind that I don't eat meat, so you can call me a pescatarian. I try reducing my intake on animal products, so butter, eggs, milk and everything, but I do still consume it. So yeah, the only thing that I don't eat is meat. I still eat fish. So no meat in these recipes, which doesn't mean that you can't include meat in them. I just promote that you use plant-based options. So let's just go into the ideas. The first idea is more of a concept, and I thought it would be funny to include it here because my sister is 12 years old. She sees a lot of TikToks and a lot of those little cute videos which show a lot of mug cakes. And she's always making mug cakes. She makes at least 2 chocolate mug cakes per day. And I thought it would be funny to put all of these mug ideas into not just cakes, but to meals. Have a Saturday mug themed dinner. You can do mac and cheese in a mug, pizza in a mug. I found recipes for egg fried rice in a mug. And I think it would be funny to experiment and see what you can do in a mug in the microwave, which is just mind-blowing. So yeah, that's the first idea. So the next meal idea consists in making chili. Now my dad lived in New Mexico and he just, let me tell you, he cooks really good Mexican food. But basically with chili, the 3 main ingredients that you should have at home is black beans, corn, and tomato paste, and that's all canned ingredients. You can just put it in a bowl and make a Mexican bowl. Then another thing that you can do is making French toast. Now this can even be a full meal, can be a breakfast or a snack. French toast is really good for when you have bread that's already kind of hard and not that fresh. So you basically just make this batter of egg, butter, cinnamon, milk, and then you soak the pieces of bread there, and then you grill the bread, and then you can put cream cheese on top, jelly. You can eat it just like that. You can put cinnamon and sugar. You can put cheese and grill the cheese, and it's a way of using the bread that you probably wouldn't eat otherwise. So yeah, French toast, really good. I'm gonna leave a recipe down below. Meatballs, that I'm always talking about and doing because first of all, you can do a big batch and froze it or just have food for a lot of days. And second of all, it's a good source of protein, and I also find it fun to make, and I feel really productive when I do it. You can do meatballs with chickpeas, black beans, red beans, white beans, any type of bean that you want, lentils. I get a big bowl and I put chickpeas, a little bit of tomato sauce / tomato paste. I put oats, and the oats is the ingredient that is going to give it consistent so that when you're doing the actual balls, they're not liquidy or too soft. They actually stick together. I also use a little bit of flour, but I use whole grain flour, and a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and then any spices that you feel adding. Then I just mush it all together in my blender, and you have this paste that you just mold into little meatballs and fry, just like if you were frying nuggets. You can put it with spaghetti, make a Alfredo sauce or a tomato sauce. Then the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is actually more of a snack. My mom sometimes buys bananas and they go rotten. So if you have bananas at home, or if you're feeling a sweet snack but you don't have a lot of cookies or stuff at home, what you can do is make fried banana in a pan. Put butter in the pan. So just cut the banana, put it fried on the pan, then turn it over. Put a bit of brown sugar to make it caramelized. You can also add cinnamon, and it is so good. I like to put that in a bowl and then add a scoop of peanut butter and dip the banana in the peanut butter. and it's so good. Okay, so the next meal idea is making a meatball supper. Basically, you're gonna use the same meatball recipe that I told you before, but you're gonna make a sandwich out of it. So you grill or toast the bread, then you put like 1 or 2 or 3, maybe like 3 meatballs, drizzle a bit of like tomato sauce that you can make in a pan with like tomato paste, olive oil, garlic, oreganos, something like that. Drizzle that on top. You can put a little bit of butter on the bread or a little bit of olive oil on the bread, and then you have a meatball supper. And if you made the meatballs, you can use them in a billion different ways. So third idea is homemade noodles. I don't know if you have like actual noodle pasta at home, but you can also use spaghetti if you don't. And basically just try reproducing noodles with like soy sauce and a saute of vegetables. If you have frozen vegetables, you just have to put like soy sauce, some spices that you might have at home, saute them with like olive oil, and then add the spaghetti, put soy sauce, saute that all, and you have like a good noodle meal. Yeah, this is really simple, but if you're craving Chinese food, you can probably reproduce that with ingredients that you have at home. Next thing is making a carbonara. Now, this is really simple. You just boil your pasta, put it in a pan, fry it with a bit of olive oil, then add the creams and mash like an egg into it so it gets that carbonara consistency. Put a lot of garlic, and it's just so good and so tasty for when you want like a comfort food but don't have a lot of ingredients. And the next thing that you can do is using potatoes. Now, my mom doesn't really do potatoes, but we always have potatoes at home. I'm saying potatoes way too many times. So something that you can do with it is making them stuffed. So you basically cut them in half, take a little bit of the stuffing of it, and then in a bowl you put those parts of the potatoes. You can put beans, you can put anything that you have like at home, chickpeas, corn, vegetables, anything, and you just dice them, put a little bit of spices, and fill the potatoes with that, and then just put some grilled cheese, take it to the oven, and it's really good. You can also make this with mushrooms or with peppers or with any type of thing that you can stuff really. So yeah. Then the next idea is making black bean burgers. Now again, I really like making burgers because it has the same advantages that meatballs have. You can do a lot of them, it's easy, it's fun, and you can do it with any type of bean that you like. I like making it with black beans because it looks more like hamburgers because it's like dark, but that's just like a stupid reason why. So yeah, just basically reproduce what I said with meatballs here. Put flour, oats, olive oil, tomato paste, or any type of like sauce that you want to put. I put tomato paste because it's easier and cheaper, and just blend it all together and make little patties and then fry them. And I promise you, even my sister, that she doesn't like beans and stuff, she doesn't really like the taste of cow meat and beef, but she loves my patties. I have recipes of how I do them, I think, in previous videos that I made that are like what I eat in days, so I'll try to link that down below so you can see my recipes. And then the next thing I'm going to be talking about is making a ratatouille. My grandma is French, and so she makes this a lot when I go eat at her house, and it's so good, and I thought it would be fun to make because I never made it at home. Basically, you can use zucchinis, onions, tomatoes, anything of that sort, and you slice that, and then you can like make it all pretty, and it goes to the oven, and it's a really good way to use the vegetables that you have at home. And also, I've heard a lot of people recommend you don't eat like raw vegetables right now because they might contain the virus, so it's better if all of the things that you eat go to like the oven or to the pan, and have fun just making little designs. It's so good. I don't know, a lot of people don't like vegetables, but I love vegetables. Then another thing that you can do is bruschettas. Now, bruschettas is a fancy name for an Italian looking cheesy toast. If you have bread that's already going bad or just that's tough, if it goes to the oven, it will be just as good. So you can like take advantage of bread that's not that good and put cheese, tomato, anything you want, take it to the oven, and it's perfect and so delicious. Why did I do this? What? And then other thing that you can do is falafel. Now, I never made falafel, but I know that it's made with chickpeas, and I also know that it's not really different from the patties that I make, like the black bean ones, but you can just put chickpeas in it. You can either make it in patties or make it in little like bowls, like meatballs, and then you can make tortillas with it, or wraps or pita breads with it, or just put it on bread and make like little yogurt sauce and drip it on top, and you just have a really good fresh Mediterranean meal that has a protein and that is just yummy. And another thing that you can do is making homemade pizza. Now, homemade pizza sounds like really hard, but actually the only thing that the pizza dough needs is water and flour. So with water and flour, you can make the pizza dough, and then you probably already have tomato paste at home, and then you can put on top of the pizza whatever you really have at home. The best thing about doing pizza is that it's hard and it takes a lot of time. So it will keep you occupied for like one day if you let it. I tried making pizza with my boyfriend once from scratch, and it took like 3 hours or 4 hours, and it ended up sucking and it tasted really bad because of the dough. But try finding a good recipe of dough in the internet. You can like shape the pizzas into hearts, or just like make some designs with the pizzas. Be creative and turn this into a one-day activity with your family. And yeah, this was the video, guys. I really hope you liked it and I gave you some ideas of stuff that you can do at home in the kitchen. Your mom will thank you, because if you do this, you won't have to cook, or your dad. Follow me on Instagram, give this video a like, subscribe, all of that shebangs, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!